I also want to ask you the fact that, in the 50s and 60s, we were a completely socialist economy, possibly leaning more towards the left. In the 2000s and especially in the second decade of the 2000s, we were looking at ideologies shifting towards the capitalist side. Do you think India has changed track once again ever since the Soot Boot Ki Sarkar Baab came in, and we've taken a turn towards once again the socialism policies of the 50s and 60s rather than a capitalist society, and virtually wealth creation has become a bad word in today's India, and these are pressures that are weighing on the politics of today?
No, I don't think so. If you recall, Navika, last year's economic survey had actually, the theme of that was ethical wealth creation. And we had in fact highlighted that those 50 years, about 40 odd years of socialistic policies were actually an ephemeral piece of history, because India historically, over millennia pursued a policy of ethical wealth creation, where wealth creation was commended. For instance, dharm, arth, kaba, moksh, in that earth is actually recommended as a noble pursuit. That is what we have inherited. And if you go and read disparate scriptures like or literature like Arthashastra, Tirukural, from which we had quoted from, India indeed had actually followed a policy of enabling markets, free markets, together with enabling trust and actually ethical wealth creation. So that is the legacy that we have inherited. Yes, albeit we did actually depart from that for a short period of time. So the current policies that are being followed since 1991 in fact actually fit very well with our DNA, something that we've had for millennia. And even if you look at in the recent past, the kind of reforms that have been done, just to point out, the enterprise policy focused on private sector, in a country where in the 1950s the first industrial policy had given the commanding heights of the economy to the public sector. Now, as part of the Atmanirbhar Bharat package, that commanding height of the economy has been given to the private sector. Government has basically said that except for some strategic areas, it has no business being in business. So if anything, over the last 6 years, and especially since the last couple of years, I think that the reform pace has speeded up, especially during this the last 1 year, and India is actually implementing the idea that ethical wealth creation is indeed a good thing, and which actually fits our own our own heritage as well.